You know, we all make these tiny choices every single day, right? But what if one of them, one of those little moments you think nobody's watching, could actually say everything about who you are? Well, today we're going to dive into a super simple story that asks a really big question about honesty.
And really, it all boils down to this one question. What is the true price of honesty? I mean, can you put a number on it? Or is it something, well, priceless? Let's explore that idea through a simple, everyday moment.
All right, so our story kicks off in a place that couldn't be more normal. Just a small local shop. You know the kind I'm talking about, right? The sort of place you've probably been to a million times, where everything just has that familiar, comfortable rhythm.
So a customer grabs something off the shelf and just casually says, "Hey brother, I'm taking this, just write it down." It's so informal, it's completely built on trust. This isn't just some random transaction between strangers. It's how a community works. And then he asks for a couple of cigarettes. Just another simple request, another item to add to the tab. See, everything about this whole scene is completely, totally normal.
And that's the key thing here, isn't it? Our character isn't really tested when we're on some big stage with everyone watching. No way. It's tested right here, in these quiet, ordinary moments. Just another day, just another transaction.
But then something happens. Just a tiny little mistake. A simple miscalculation that's about to change everything about this super normal moment.
The customer asks, "So how much is it?" And the shopkeeper says, "That'll be 80 rupees. And right there, in that 1 second, a quiet little opportunity just appears. It's a fork in the road, a moral choice that nobody else even knows is there.
So here's the breakdown. The shopkeeper's calculation was 80 rupees, but the real bill, it was actually 100. It was a simple mistake. He must have just forgotten to write one thing down. We're talking about a difference of just 20 rupees.
So what does that number, -20, really mean? It's way more than just a lucky discount, right? It's like a silent question hanging in the air, a little test. Do you just pocket the extra cash, or do you speak up and correct the mistake? And remember, nobody else would ever know.
Okay, so this brings us to the decision, the moment of truth. This is where a totally normal transaction is about to become, well, a powerful statement.
And here's the answer. The customer just says, "Hey, it's 100 rupees. I think maybe you forgot to write one thing down." And notice how he says it? There's so much kindness in that. It's not an accusation at all. It's just a gentle correction. That, right there, is a true act of honesty.
And you know what? There was no long debate in his head, no hesitation. The choice was just made, instantly. And that really shows you something, doesn't it? Our real character isn't what we decide after thinking about it for ages. It's what we do instinctively in these tiny, unguarded moments.
So you might be wondering, why are we focusing so much on such a small interaction? Well, it's because this whole story was never really about the 20 rupees. Not at all. It's about what that money represents. And this gets us to the absolute heart of the matter: integrity. It's not about putting on a show of honesty for other people. It's about what you do when you think nobody is watching. That's the true measure of who you are. So why does a simple 20 rupee decision matter so much? Well, for a few huge reasons. First, our character is literally built from thousands of these tiny, unseen choices, just like this one. Second, it's a powerful reminder that true wealth isn't about money, it's about your morals. That one small act also helped reaffirm their shared humanity, their insaniyat. And maybe most importantly, your integrity. That's one of the very few things in this life that you, and only you, have complete and total control over.
And that brings us to the end of our little story, and a chance to turn the question over to you. So I want to leave you with this one final thought. In that exact moment, faced with that 20 rupee difference, what would you have done? And be really honest with yourself, because that answer, well, it might reveal more than you think. Thanks for tuning in.